I love how Julia Galef put it in her book, The Scout Mindset. She talks about two approaches to motivation: soldier morale and scout morale. Soldier morale is all about unwavering self belief. You know, that mindset of failure isn't an option. And as long as I believe in myself and work hard enough, I'll succeed. And that sounds inspiring, you know, right? Like she believed she could, so she did, and so on. Those like empowering quotes and beliefs. But then the problem is it works for some time until it doesn't, because it's not realistic. When things don't go as planned, when reality don't match the vision, it can completely fall apart. Scout morale is different. It's rooted in truth. Scouts know that risks and uncertainty exist, but instead of relying on believing on themselves only and ignoring the risks and uncertainty, they manage them. It's about making smart, informed decisions and trusting the process, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And this reminds me of the story that was shared in the book of Shellye Archambeau, who was one of the first African American women to hold an executive position in IBM. And then she also took on a CEO position. But her story wasn't smooth. When the dot-com bubble burst in 2001, her dream of becoming the CEO seemed out of reach. Just when she was ready, like she was like having 15 years of experience and holding that recognition of the first woman to hold an executive role and so on, she felt ready and so on, and then boom, the burst of 2001, making many other people in executive roles out of work in Silicon Valley. And then she was like finding herself with too many people competing with her. Yeah, and that's could seem like the position of many people in 2024, where they found themselves in such situation. So what did Shellye do? Instead of relying on her belief alone, she adapted. So she found that she could follow her original goal, becoming a CEO in a big tech company, or she could take an easier, like a company, not a big tech, but maybe a startup that is struggling and so on, and take on the leadership and then turning that company around. And that's what she did. She went for the option 2. She took on a high-risk leadership role in a struggling company. That time its name is Zaplet. And with strategy, preparation, and action, she turned that company and built eventually a $400 million business. Her story here shows that self-belief wasn't the whole equation. It worked because she paired it with a plan, actually, and she was like checking her options and adjusting her goals based on that. So what can we take from this? Indeed, self-belief is important. It's not like you don't have to believe or rely on this at all. No, but we don't want that unwavering self-belief, avoiding the risks and ignoring the fears and so on. No, first you believe in yourself, but then to overcome challenges, you need to combine belief with action. And that is with acknowledging the risks, what's uncertain here, what's the worst case scenario. Then exploring alternatives. Is there another way with less risk or more alignment to your goals? What is available to me? It's easy to only see one thing or the other, but often there is actually more than two options. And third is to take one small step and focusing on progress, not perfection. It's not because of you need like that big tech or none. No. How can you progress without really getting to that perfection, looking at the perfection right away? Now, I want you to think about your situation after this. And what's one risk that you are facing right now? And how can you start managing it today? Because mitigating risks isn't about doubting yourself. It's about creating the conditions for success. When you pair self-belief with thoughtful action, you are unstoppable.